Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday, TGIF at last. It is March the 21st, and we're here to look at the rest of the new releases that were published this week. And we got through quite a lot. And I have been marked safe from impulse buying pretty much all of them. Tuesday, Wednesday were pretty not great. Hopefully next week will be better. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. We will have sprints tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, and they go for 5 hours. Hope you are having a good day. Hi, Cajun. Morning, everyone. I'm off today. Yay, for my doctor's appointment, but don't need to leave until about 9:30. So you can have a nice leisurely morning and then reward yourself after. Kim says, good morning. Hope your appointment goes well. Indeed. And Katie says, thanks, Kim. I'm sure it will. But go browse a bookstore or have a treat because you're being a good girl. All right. Let's look at the rest of the cozy mysteries that we didn't get to on Monday. There's not a lot. We actually got through quite a bit. Witch Mirror by Leah R. Cutter. A Water Witch Mystery, book number 5. AJ's latest vision starts with a dozen people being yanked out of sight by a noose around their neck. It ends with just a single body hanging from a beam in an open loft. Oh my. Excuse me, that's what she says. What the heck? Did she just witness the work of a serial killer or a cult? Excuse me. The victim turns out to be more nefarious, a catfisher, that is, someone who impersonates other people on the internet for attention and possibly money. The reality TV show that exposes catfish turns their attention to AJ. As a successful psychic, she must be a fraud, right? Between being pushed for information by one of the show's hosts, the machinations of her mother on the Milltown Chamber of Commerce, and trying to keep her relationship with Roland moving along, AJ has her hands full, particularly when a second-only somewhat reformed catfish comes to her for help after being threatened. Well, that's an interesting take, and I didn't click on it. Apologize. We'll give it its moment here. Interesting cover. You guys doing anything this weekend other than sprinting? I'm going to be crocheting and studying and napping and walking Keo. The usual. Gonna make some soup this weekend. I'm gonna try a new recipe. I'm gonna try some chicken lemon orzo soup. Sort of a semi-vat, maybe not a full vat, because I have not had it before. Spectral Scandals by Paula Lester. 9th in the Sunnyside Retired Witches Mysteries. Well, we've got a witch bingo going on. When your cottage has an attitude problem, your honeymoon phase gets complicated. Zoe and Steve Grace should be enjoying newlywed bliss in their charming cottage at Sunnyside Retired Witches Community. Instead, they're dealing with rogue furniture that rearranges itself, cabinets with a vendetta against Steve, and a rocking chair that moves on its own, and that's before they find a body in their living room. Well, until then, it sounded like a poltergeist. With help from their eclectic crew of magical seniors, including exercise-obsessed Howie, prank-loving Shauna, and ex-dark sorcerer Jerry, Zoe and Steve must uncover who's trying to keep Eleanor's ghost quiet permanently. Between magical duels that reveal hidden soul traps, a retirement home that literally floats away, and a parrot whose theatrical commentary turns crime-solving into a three-ring circus, Zoe and Steve have their hands full. Can they solve the mystery before the killer strikes again? And will Steve ever make peace with the cottage that seems determined to evict him? Maybe the cottage is trying to tell you something. Says, no plans. Payday not until 31st. Gotcha. Hunker down and read. Cajun no plans either. I love those kind of weekends. I really do. When the weekend comes, I'm done. I don't even want to people. I don't want to people. I want to do things that make me happy and sleep. Death by Driftwood by Angela K. Ryan, fourth in the Cape Cod Cozy Mysteries. When Cassie and her out-of-town guest visit the showroom of a renowned driftwood artist, they make a shocking discovery: his lifeless body. It doesn't take long to realize that not everyone was a fan of his work. Determined to uncover the truth, the women dive headfirst into the investigation. But murder isn't the only mystery on Cassie's mind. With her memory now restored, she's desperate to uncover the truth behind the art theft that cast a shadow over her friend's final years. As she pieces together the clues, one thing becomes clear: John was right all along. The real thief may be hiding in plain sight on Cape Cod. That was Death by Driftwood. Amateur Dramatics Can Be Murder. Saffron Weald Mysteries, book number 4 by Anne Sutton. The charming village of Saffron Weald is abuzz with excitement over the Amateur Dramatic Society's latest production, until dress rehearsal becomes a real-life tragedy. But for twin sleuths Ophelia and Imogen, this death is just the opening act. When they discover the victim wasn't the intended target, they must sift through a cast of suspicious characters to find the killer. With 4 potential victims, each hiding dangerous secrets, the sisters must unmask the villain before the final curtain falls on another life. Add a dash of village gossip, a sprinkle of romance, and a helping of hidden pasts, and the sisters have their most perplexing case yet. End of that row. Kim says heading to my daddy's next Friday. Ooh, nice. And Katie Nola says, oh, that'll be nice, Kim. Indeed. It's been a little while. X Marks the Past by P.D. Workman, book number 22. Unbeknownst to them, their souls have been, something about October drew Reg to him from the moment they met. Unknowns to them, their souls have been intertwined throughout countless lifetimes. As fragments of memories resurface from their past existence, Reg and October, that's the person's name, begin to grasp the magnitude of their shared history, and yet lurking in the shadows of this extraordinary connection lurk disaster and betrayal. With each revelation, X Marks the Past intensifies, taking readers on a roller coaster ride through lifetimes entwined. Reg and October must confront their shared history and the danger that lurks ahead. Can they forge a future together amidst the echoes of eternity, or are they doomed to fail? So is this the cat and the dog? I hope it's humans. The Italian Incident. And Kim going to see Murder on the Orient Express as a play in Ocala on Saturday. Ooh, cool. As a play. Interesting. This is by Jacqueline M. Green. Not another body. Oh, yes. Mandy, Lila, and the gang expect a relaxing visit to Florence, Italy, eating pizza and gnocchi, drinking cappuccino, and tooling around on borrowed Vespas. When a friend's son is accused of murder, they must set aside their sightseeing plans and set their sights on finding a killer instead. Traipsing through museums and the Tuscan countryside, Mandy discovers everyone in the tight-knit community has a secret. But which one is deadly, and can she find them before they find her? This is third in the Movie Star Mom International Cozy Mystery Series. Here's my question. You've got this mystery book. You've got to solve a mystery. You need to have interaction with your suspects. And they do this in only 149 pages. I don't get it. Is it me? Cajun asked, does your daddy live close to Ocala? I have family in DeLand. DeLand? Oh. All right, so I also had a couple things bookmarked for sounded interesting in categories that don't necessarily fall in our regular genres. This is called The Loneliness of Horses by Andrea Thalassinos. 2 women, 2 centuries, and 1 unforgettable bond with horses. Spanning 2 continents and 2 centuries, this book is a moving historical novel about survival, resilience, and the profound connection between humans and animals. In 1972 Arizona, Evie, a single mother escaping an abusive past, finds solace in an unexpected companion, a fugitive Mustang seeking refuge at her ranch. As she rebuilds her life in the high desert, she discovers that trust, freedom, and healing can come from the most unexpected places. In 18th century Nova Scotia, Belle, a Highland Scot forced from her homeland, arrives in Canada with little more than her survival instincts and a deep love for her horses. In an unfamiliar and often hostile land, her strength is tested as she struggles to build a new life. Perfect for the fans of Where the Crawdads Sing, The Horse Whisperer, and Outlander. I thought that was interesting. I have a friend who sponsors wild horses and actually puts together a calendar when she goes and takes photos of the herd nearby. Arthur by Giles Christian. This is also fiction, I believe. Kim said he's just south of Ocala, right outside the villages. Gotcha. Tell me, where's the... This is all blurbage. There we go. Years have passed since the clash of shield walls echoed across the land. The Saxons are now the lords of Britain, and yet the bards still sing of Arthur. In our darkest time, when we need him most, shall he come again. Aging mercenary Baron has no love of bards' songs, nor of people, unless they are paying him to steal or kill. Now he has been ordered to murder a boy, but this is no ordinary child. The son of King Constantine and the grandson of High King Ambrosius, this boy could be the savior of Britain, if he lives. Betraying his companions and returning to a world he believed he'd forsaken, Baron vows to take the boy to the one place that still holds out against the invader, Camelot. Hunted by Saxons, Queen Morgana, and those he deceived, he will seek the help of Wivret, called the Little King, and the Saracen Palamedes, who once rode beneath Arthur's banner. They will meet the doomed lovers, Tristan and Isolde, and they will fight for their lives and for each other. For if there's to be any hope for Britain, Baron must deliver the boy to Camelot, and to do that, he must come to terms with his past. Interesting. These next 2 are nonfiction. The Mysterious Mr. Nakamoto, a 15-year quest to unmask the secret genius behind crypto by Benjamin Wallace. In October 2008, someone going by the name Satoshi Nakamoto posted a white paper outlining a peer-to-peer electronic cash system called Bitcoin to an arcane listserv populated by cyberpunks. No one in the community had heard of Nakamoto, and just as people were starting to wonder who he was, he vanished. As the years passed and the scope of Nakamoto's achievement became clear, the truth of his identity grew into the greatest unsolved mystery of our time. This is the author's attempt to unmask the figure behind the currency and the world it wrought. Nakamoto's Bitcoin at first seemed destined to fulfill the dreams of fringe 1990s utopian utopians for a currency set free from governments and big banks. Yet after he disappeared, his creation took on a strange new life in the financial markets, where rampant speculation fueled a vision of crypto as a potential windfall, inviting charlatans and scammers and opening a vast gulf between Bitcoin's idealistic origins and its troubled reputation. But who was Nakamoto? Whoever he was could rightly claim to have invented one of the most important technologies of the new century. And Nakamoto was a billionaire. His Bitcoin wallet held an untouched 11-figure fortune waiting to be claimed. And then there's some name dropping. That sounded really interesting to me. I wish I had time to read it. And you know I love anything archaeological. This is also nonfiction. Good morning, Stormy. Kim says, slow week for books. It is kind of slow week. Kaden says, morning to Storm. And Kim says, good morning to Storm. This is the Mesopotamian riddle, an archaeologist, a soldier, a clergyman, and the race to decipher the world's oldest writing by Joshua Hammer. It was one of history's great vanishing acts. Around 3400 BC, as humans were gathering in complex urban settlements, a scribe in the mud-walled city-state of Uruk picked up a reed stylus to press tiny symbols into clay. For 3 millennia, wedge-shaped cuneiform script would record the military conquests, scientific discoveries, and epic literature of the great Mesopotamian kingdom of Sumer, Assyria, and Babylon, and of Persia's mighty Achaemenid Empire, along with precious minutiae about everyday life in the cradle of civilization. And then the meaning of the characters was lost. London, 1857. In an era obsessed with human progress, mysterious palaces emerging from the desert sands had captured the Victorian public's imagination. Yet Europe's best philologists struggled to decipher the bizarre inscriptions excavators were digging up. Enter a swashbuckling archaeologist, a suave British military officer turned diplomat, and a cloistered Irish rector, all vying for glory in a race to decipher the script that would enable them to peek farther back into human history than ever before. From the ruins of Persepolis to lawless outposts of the crumbling Ottoman Empire, this book whisks you on a wild adventure through the golden age of archaeology in an epic quest to understand our past. Doesn't that sound cool? Both those sounds cool. All right, so let's go back to this one. All righty. Well, other than the couple that I already purchased for the week, none of these really sounded interesting to me. Good morning, Emily. One more day and I'm free. Is it 2 weeks? 1 week? Spring break? Cajun says morning to Emily, and Kim says morning to Emily. Let's see. What other lists do I have here? I've got my putting together my possible scavenger hunt ones. Haven't decided yet, although I only have a couple weeks to decide on that. You know, let's go back to here. I thought I saw there was one that I missed because I couldn't remember. Hello, you. Yep, thank you. I couldn't remember if I had done it the week before or not. Curse. And it was a historical mystery. I couldn't remember if we did or not, so we'll just do it just See, because this says March 11th. We must have done it last week. Although the site that I go to, oh well, that's okay. Well, next week we'll have a whole new batch of books to look at. Kim says spring break here is first week of April, I think. Gotcha. I don't get a spring break. I don't pay attention. Okay, well, thank you guys. Let's see. I don't have sprints tonight, but we will have them tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. They go for 5 hours. Hopefully, I will do a lot of crocheting and studying. Those are my goals. If I stick to it, we'll find out. You never know. All right. Well, I thank you guys very, very much. Kim says, have a great day, everyone. Absolutely. Back at you, baby. Have a good Friday. If I don't see you, have a good weekend. Enjoy the coming of spring. First day of spring was yesterday. And I'm sure the cold weather hasn't left us completely unless you are down where you guys are, way down further in the south. But, and Emily says, spring break. She's saying, hello to everybody. Spring break is needed. I've been up since 1:30. Oh my goodness, girl. Get through this day and then reward yourself. And Cajun also needs to reward herself because she has her appointment. That's going to go fabulously. She says, everyone have a great day. See you tomorrow. And it's 34 here this morning. Oh, yes. Yes, we are also, I think, starting in the 30s. I was going to take a look. Yes, we are currently 30. Ooh, we're supposed to get to the 50s today. Nice. Very nice. All right. You don't need to care about that. And Kim says, we usually get a cold snap at Easter. Yeah. Just one more little before. All right, everybody. There's the bell. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Have a good day. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom, nom, nom. Have a good day. God bless. It's 36. See, it's in the 30s.